Let's take a look at this rescue helicopter from 1985. Hi, this is Tim, and welcome back to Bricks. This is set number 6697, the Rescue 1 helicopter. It has 2 minifigures and 82 pieces. This set has quite a bit of sentimental value to me. I remember getting this set when I was 4 or 5 years old. One of the biggest draws of the set was that it was a helicopter, but it also had a rope that would let this little guy hang out from the side. My 5-year-old son loves this one. His favorite part is the same part that was my favorite part. The fact that this rescue guy can hop out the side and swing down on this long string. Admittedly, it's a little difficult to get the string all the way back up. It takes a little bit of a two-handed technique. I remember that being difficult as a kid too. I don't know if it's just the age of the set, but this wheel is a little loose. So the figure's weight kind of resists the turning and unspools it if you let go. When my son plays with it, he'll have the guy hanging down for most of the time, swinging around, trying to pick up other people, pick up other objects. This set has some great build features that you just don't see anymore. The way the front is constructed, you build the entire hull of the aircraft, which I think is awesome. That's one of the downfalls of the latest sets, is that you have these huge pieces for the wings or for the fuselage of an aircraft, and I feel like that just takes away something. I mean, I get it, you get a nice shape, but there's something to be said about these classic sets where you just build every part of it. The front has this nice 4-wide angled slope piece. On the bottom, I don't know how common these were, but they're the reverse slope pieces, but they slope in 2 directions, and then they have opposite angles there. You don't really find that too often. At least I don't remember them too often as a kid. The back has this nice technique that they used on some of the planes too. They would double up these fuselage pieces. This one's a shorter one, and this is a longer one. And you could also do 2 long ones or 2 short ones. There's a bunch of different combinations, but it creates this nice slope here without needing one large piece. And then these are reusable for a lot of things. You can use them in the front, the back, for aircraft, for spaceships, for boats. So that was a nice thing that this piece was reusable. I love these engine pieces up here. They were used in all sorts of ways, in all sorts of colors. They're still coming out, even in the modern era, which I think is a real testament to the quality of these pieces. However, on its contemporaries, they're not. Police one has sort of these exhausts on the side, which is kind of cool. And then the fire helicopter doesn't have any, which is fine too. This is another great piece back here. This sort of angled slope, you'd use it on the front, cars, with airplanes. I can remember one little small aircraft that this was the front piece on. There's some great classic versatile pieces in this set. You got these clear square 1 stud pieces in the front. And this thing really just has the look of a Huey to me. As a viewer pointed out, the white stickers he was not a fan of on this set, and I can kind of agree with that. I feel like there's not a lot of contrast there. At work, we have white and yellow in our logos, and there's always the restriction not to put white over yellow or yellow over white, only in certain cases. So I can totally see that. It would have been kind of cool for it to be black, but I think that they were trying to lighten up the set a little bit, and maybe they had some inspiration where it really was white lettering. Do aircraft letters have to be white? And so maybe that's the inspiration there. This graphic on the side here is not a print, it's a sticker. Thankfully with this set they are in good condition and not placed too badly. One main feature of these classic 80s helicopters is using these pieces here, and then the cross members for landing gear, and they really do look the part, scale appropriately for different size helicopters, do different lengths. Really a cool idea. The only downfall is that they tend to break off a little easy there. The blades at the top are using this 3-stud piece here, and then this older sort of windmill propeller piece that doesn't have long extensions on it, so you end up getting more friction than you do with a modern helicopter. I think a large part of the spinning on the big one is that it's 4 blades, and the weight is just throwing it on. The tail is a nice piece that acts as sort of the rear stabilizer. It's nice that they put a little red light on the back. One interesting part about the set is that there's no door on this side. That's one thing that my son even brought up, that there's no door. That'd be cool if there's a little part that came down. I totally get it with the scale to not be able to fit a door in there. The roof construction is interesting, where they just used a couple bricks over there and not over here. It's really effective to have room for him to sit inside and pop out. One really clever use of a piece is this part right here, and the way the string loops through and down. It's really effective, and you can fold it in and come back out, but it's really effective for conveying what they have in real life with the arm that comes out with the winch and rope. Really smart use of one piece to serve as both a function for the set, but also convey something that exists in real life. You've got the classic roof piece on top that hinges open using the classic doors that open and provide some nice play value there. What's great is this dual window piece. You find a lot of these in white on the airplane sets from the time period. So it's really interesting to get one that's in yellow on this. I don't know how many planes I built as a kid that had one yellow window on the side. Let's take a look at these minifigures. The minifigures are identical. They both have this nice blue print suit, which is seen on some other sets of the era, with a simple white print down the front, the collar and buttons and 2 pockets. The difference is the pilot does not have a life jacket. I love this original sort of life jacket on here. I believe this came out in the late 70s. Basically, it just slips over the neck, and it's a little bit thinner plastic, and basically it's just a flat piece that they sort of put a hole in and almost bent on a brake, and it's really effective. It's not as fancy as the next generation of life jacket or the modern versions like you might see in Lego Friends, but in quintessential Lego style, the simplicity really works. I do like the second generation life jacket. I'd prefer that a little more over this one in a set. At this time it was a great piece, and I think it still holds up for its era. In order to get the rope on the minifigure, the instructions say to not put it around his neck. That'd be a little weird. They put it through the life jacket, which I think is smart, and on the back side of the figure, like so. It allows them to hang nicely. Both helmets are the ones with the dot on the side, and this size chin strap. Inside the cockpit are 2 black on black control sticks and a black seat. I really like that. In the fire patrol copter, they actually use sort of a faucet piece as the control, and that was sort of a weird ad, but the dual controls in here really serve their purpose well. You know you have to do it, because it's one of the best parts of these little control sticks, is getting the minifigure hands to line up with the actual controls. So little details like that help make Lego so much fun. You can see there's some open room on the inside, not too much you can do in there. You can sit the figure in there. You can sit in here or stand on the landing gear. This is a really fun set. It has some great build techniques, some classic pieces, some straightforward and simple minifigure prints, but in true Lego fashion, it has a really great play value to it. My son would run around all day with this thing, with the guy hanging out of it, if he could. I'm glad to have this one back and part of the collection. It's especially great to see my kids now playing with the same sets that I played with as a kid. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you want to see some more, subscribe for more. There's plenty more classic sets going to be built and reviewed. Follow me over on Instagram. Until next time, let's get back to bricks.